Hello again. I was going to chat with you in the bathroom, but I realized that lighting is seriously hideous and I'm going to make an honest effort to make prettier shots going forward. Anyway, we're getting ready today and I decided I would just start recording now because I'm incapable of getting any tasks started unless I'm being watched, apparently. Let me begin with a story. So last weekend, as you may know, we were in lockdown and I was unable to visit my precious Hamazushi. So imagine my joy when lockdown finally lifted and I was able to return. One of the ways I justify going to Hamazushi so often is by forcing myself to try something new every time I go. Reasoning being that if I can get a new experience out of it and broaden my palate in some way, then spending the money to eat out is justifiable. I usually like to start with the seasonal specials. So anyway, I get to the sushi-go-round and per usual open up the seasonal specials and I see a new tempura my eyes have not spied before. I did not know what was inside the tempura necessarily, but my best guess was a white fish by the shape of it, and those are usually tame enough, so went ahead and ordered it. When it arrived, it looked as expected, but when I bit in, it was not the texture of a fish, it was creamy. So that was a bit of a surprise, but I carried on. By the third bite, I noticed there were some strange, tiny little veins in the cream, and at this point, my alarm bell started going off. But since the flavor was actually pretty good, I chose to ignore that and finish whatever it was I was eating before I Googled it and found out what it was. So I finished eating this mysterious cream. I Googled the name of the tempura, FUGU MILT. The sperm of a blowfish. This took a few moments to process. Soft roe, they called it, as in like a liquidy egg. I did not know how to feel. It got me thinking, like somebody somehow extracted this soft roe and then fried it as a food. So I started to Google how one might harvest such a product. Don't recommend doing that. Perhaps most unnerving was that it tasted pretty good, and had I not learned that information, I may have ordered this again. Well, that being said, I do think that going in blind is a really good way to allow yourself to try things you might not have had the stomach for otherwise. And I also think it's interesting that you can like all of the elements of a food, like the texture, and the smell, and the taste. For all intents and purposes, you should like the food, but learning what it is makes that food unlikable. Anyway, that concludes my major update for the week. Aside from the fact that we're out of lockdown, so hopefully we'll have a little adventure today. Oh, what are my plans for the day? So kind of you to ask. Back in the summer, my coworker recommended a park over in Minato Mirai, and I am ashamed that it's taken me this long to get there. So we're gonna head over to Rinko Park today. While I'm in Minato Mirai, there is this sushi lunch special. It is just the most glorious set of sushi imaginable. It's got tuna, it's got salmon, it's got roe that is not of the soft variety. It has sea urchin, and it has a cooked crab. The cooked is an important distinction because I've learned the hard way, you can't always tell by a picture if a crab is raw or not. After that, I have written on my to-do list that I am going to go to a new craft beer place and work on my homework. My hope is that if I am consuming craft beer and finding a new restaurant in the process of doing my homework, I can convince myself that doing my homework is a fun activity. Oh, by golly, we did it. We got ready. Is it 1 p.m. before I'm doing anything constructive? Yes. Do I need to just accept that this is the amount of time I need to get up and running when I'm alone on my day off? Probably. Well, can we guess what time it is? It is 1 p.m. the next day. Sorry, I kind of cut off abruptly yesterday, but I was wandering around the absolute anthill of malls and shopping centers and restaurants that is the entangled buildings right next to my apartment. We're going to be doing that again today, but in the Minato Mirai area, so I will see you guys there. Cannot imagine for what reason this was put here, but this is the main thing that my coworker knew about this park, which he recommended it to me, so I feel fulfilled now that I have basked in the glory of this tree of fruit. Welcome back to the humble abode. Part of me feels like I just walked around spending money this weekend, but the other part of me thinks that it was super worth it because I'm getting to know the city that I live in. I feel that that's a worthy investment. I discovered new coffee shops this weekend. I discovered a great new brewery that I can go do my homework in. I just got home and made a little shrimp scampi for myself, but I figured I would not subject you to my cooking skills again. It is the end of the weekend, so therefore this is the end of the vlog. I'm going to go get in the bath and not think about work tomorrow. As always, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next week. Bye.